Okay, so we're drawing the piston type 2 with the wee kink in the piston. So I guess we start. So we're going to do a sweep. Okay, so the first thing we do is sweep is we're going to define a path. I don't think we've done a sweep before. So just draw a straight line out. Basically the shape that we want to do. It's going to come up at an angle and it's going to go level again. So any size shape like that. So now we can put a bit of information on it. So we see that the total length of the part is not that well drawn up, but we see this 25 and 6 is the straight bit. So that'll be 31. Again, we'll change this maybe when we get to the assembly. And then this is the center line, by the way. And then that distance there is 4 and 4. So maybe that's 4 there, I would think. And then he gives the length of the straight part up here about 14 millimeters. Okay. And what else information have we got? We know this is 41 over here. All right, so make that 41 like that. So we're just that's all the blinds or the lines gone black, so that's fully defined. And we can leave it. We can fillet these if we want, if we think we want to fillet them, or we can leave them square. We might just leave them square for the moment and come back. So it's that part we're getting. It's important that we draw the path on the origin, the start of the path on the origin. It's just a good thing to do, all right? Because it means we have this plane to sketch on. But the good thing is when we go to do features, sweep boss space, we can actually tell it that we have a circular profile. And this circular profile is going to be diameter 8. And what I can do is I can pick that's the bottom diameter 8 circular profile, and the path is the sketch. So it gives us this type of shape here. And that's really all we want, all right? And I don't think that on the drawing that it is a fillet, but we could fillet that in, and we can maybe go back and change that. So the next thing is I'm going to do the cut to produce the flats. And what I do is I'm going to cut on this plane here. So if I sketch on that, and simply all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that mimics what actually happens here. So they're going to be parallel basically as such. So I can select that line and select that edge, and I should be able to make them parallel like that. Okay, and I know these are 4 millimeters. That can't be 4. That only must be 2 millimeters thick. So I can put that distance there as 2. Okay. And it should pull everything else down as 2. This here has to be set as 2 as well. See, it is 2 already because they're parallel. Okay, and they're right on the edge here. Now, if I go and back and edit that sweep, I'm going to lose that edge. So that's just a point to note. Now I need to put a bit of distance in this. So we see that the straight portion of this is 25 millimeters. So that means that from this edge to this point is 25. Okay, and the rest is okay. So, just for completeness, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just draw a wee line down like this. I'm going to close off the profile like this here. Okay, and that's the bit I'm going to cut on the bottom side. And I have the option now to do the exact same on the top side in the same sketch, or I could do a separate sketch. So I'm going to do the same sketch here. So I'm just going to draw it again from here to here to here to here, and just up again to close it off. Okay, so the exact same thing that you've done again. All right, and the only thing is this time I'm going to hold control and select these 2 lines and make them vertical to each other. Okay, and then I'm also going to pick this distance to this distance as 2 millimeters as well. Right. And the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to hit escape there. I'm going to select this line, hold control, and this line, and make sure those 2 lines are parallel. Okay, that over defines it, so I'm going to delete that. I didn't need to do that. Okay, and that looks pretty good there as such. So that's my sketch there. I can't mirror that bottom one or anything like that, so that's why I have to do 2 sketches. I'm just going now features, extrude, and what I do is mid-plane through all both is one way I could do mid-plane, and that should cut the part and create the flats that we're looking at. Okay. Now what he's done here as well on he's introduced a few chamfers and fillets, so we can add them pretty quickly. The main one is that there's a radius 4 to top surface. So just for that, I would draw, it's not a chamfer because it needs to go across here as well. So what I would do there is I would draw, I guess I would draw an arc here. It's radius 4 and this is 8mm across. So yeah, I'm going to just draw a 3-point arc from the edge to the edge to 3 o'clock there. Okay, and I don't I want that to be radius 4. So if I select those two, I'm going to make that a tangent. I hope this doesn't give me an error here for 0 thickness when I go to cut extrude that. It might actually. I'm going to just try it like that and see what happens. Features, extrude cut, and I'm going to flip side to cut, which is the outside, through all both, and see what it does. Yeah, so it gives me that fillet. That's slightly different than, I don't know, it is the same as he has on the handout that you got. Yeah, it is the same. You see that wee kind of a chevron there, whatever you want to call it. The next thing then we can do is quickly, we just do the wee small hole. So there's a hole 3.1. So we can just draw that. Again, we have the origin there, 3.1, and we have a distance from the edge to the center of the circle as 48.5. This is 3.1. Just sit through all. Okay, and that's really it done. The last thing he does there is there's just fillets on everything. So there's no real radiuses on the fillet. If we wanted to do it right, he mentions that this inside one is 4.5, which is quite large. All right, so that could be 4.5. So all the internal ones could be 4.5, which is fine. He doesn't seem to do anything back here. So that's 4.5 there. And the fact this is 4mm thick, that means these ones here really should only be 0.5. You know, if they were to hold through. So you could try that, or you could leave them 4.5 if you wanted to. It might look better maybe. Let's just do it like that maybe. It's not critical. Then he has gone to town on chamfers all over the place as well. So again, we can chamfer this here. The chamfers are down as we'll put them down. I have 0.5mm there. They are quite small, and he goes to town and chamfers all of this here as well, which is a lot of edges there to chamfer. So I'll just select these ones here as an example. It's done it for me there. Good stuff. I don't know why I didn't do that quicker. So I'll just leave the top one. You can chamfer the rest yourself. So that's really all he's done there for the piston. This bottom edge should have wee chamfer on it too for sure. And I think that's the part. Yeah, that's it, because that's the piston there as such. So that's the cylinder done. Make sure to save it and color it in as well. So that's our piston link rod. You can do the same technique for the straight one. Obviously you don't have to do the sweep. You can just use a cut each side, 2mm each side, to cut the straight one. Okay.